Hello everybody, welcome to another charting and educational session here on the channel. Today is February 13th, 2024, and I'll be going over the trade I took today and the bias that I had this morning and some of the action that went over today. So first this morning, looking at the daily, I want to draw your attention to this. So on the daily, we had this fair value gap right here. This fair value gap, and I don't think I could draw because I just hid charts. Yeah, but we got this daily fair value gap that I had placed right here, and I wanted to see us run through this to possibly go to downside, right? I also wanted to see, yes, delete that. Okay, I wanted to also see really this fair value gap be used as a draw on liquidity. Right, I wanted to see price go to here. So looking at this morning, put my charts back on. So looking at this, guys, this was the morning. So here's Sunday night, and then here is Monday morning, and then here was Monday's Judas swing up or manipulation of this range. So this is a power 3. So here's Sunday, Monday morning, and then we have Monday, and then here was where we were targeting today. So we started off at about somewhere around right here. Right here is when I was looking at the market. So I said to my community, I said that we're probably going to head down into these Asia and London lows. We had just respected off of this, maybe, let's see, is this a 1 hour order block? Yeah. So we had this 1 hour order block. We respected off it pretty good and headed down here. And I was in class at the time, so I was not able to take any morning trades, right? Right here at 8:30 was CPI. So I believe it was CPI. Let's check. So today, yeah, CPI. Yeah, right here, all CPI at 8:30. So that was what got our massive push down, and that was great to see because not only would we go to this for value gap, we displaced through it. And this morning I was wanting to look for a retrace into this, and I wanted to see us reject off of this retrace to take a short lower. So going on to the 5 minute here. We tapped back into this, rejected off, okay? And we also created this SMT with ES. So if I look right here, we had a divergence of these tops, okay? And then we had displacement down. So I actually got onto my computer at 12:30 today. And I took this trade at 12:34. So right when I got home, I took this trade. So it was good timing. So here's what happened. Let me go through this. Come down, displace to this daily fair value gap, retrace back up, create SMT, rejecting off of the daily fair value gap. Okay. Then we came down, and we had this breaker here, and we came down, and then we actually tapped golden ratio, around golden ratio of this range, and headed up higher, and I wanted to see us reject off of this order block, this fair value gap, or most best entry would have been off of OTE and this 1 minute. But I wanted to take a starter entry with low size at this breaker. So I saw that we sort of rejected off of this breaker right here. I actually put my position in right here. So I took this trade at 12:36, sorry. So right here, I entered in, and we actually went up, and I put my stop a little bit above. I put it at this candle high because I did think that we could see a sweep of this to tap this breaker. Now, keep in mind what price does here. Whenever we retraced back up, we did not tap this breaker, okay? We got close, but we did not tap it. Now, what does price want to do? Price wants to tap it. So, and we also did not go to discount either. This is the 50% range. We did not hit 50%. So that is why I put my stop a little higher. I did want to see if we can manipulate this high, which is exactly what happened. Manipulated the high, we entered 50%, so we were in premium, tapping off this order block and this breaker block, and now we were heading lower. So this was the move, and you could have also added in this for value gap as well, and all the way down to my take profits. My first one was at this low. My second one was at this for value gap that OTE was aligned with. And then after this, I was just kind of watching the market. I drew this OTE, and we did bounce off of it, respect it, and then did we go? I don't think we went to 50% of this range. We did actually. Okay. I had that marked here. I guess I do have it marked here anyways. Yeah, so we went to 50% of the range, headed back lower, and this was kind of just the action for the rest of the day. Another thing is that we did sweep, and I was not expecting this, but we did take down and sweep these levels. So that is definitely really good. Now looking at this, we have this order block right here that we may reject off of. If we look at this entire range, let's see where OTE stands. So tapped golden ratio. But this order block does look like it's in a good spot. It's above, it's in premium, and we're sort of rejecting off of it. So yeah, this is sort of the same order block from earlier. Did we actually tap this? No, we didn't. So here's an untouched order block from earlier. We did not tap it, so here we are again tapping it and displacing down. Here's a fair value gap, also market structure shift right here. So we may see lower. I really hope we do. I really hope we see lower in the overnight. We'll see what happens. But I also want to, in this charting session / educational section, I want to sort of explain power of 3. I want to show you guys how powerful it is. All right, guys, so here I am right here, and I'm going to give you guys some really awesome examples of power of 3. So right here, this was February 2nd at around market open. Okay, so this is what power of 3 is. It's very, very simple. There's three things. You have one, which is accumulation. So how do you identify that this is accumulation? Well, you want to mark your top. So here's my buy side liquidity, and then here's my sell side liquidity, right? And you can tell it's accumulation because we are going nowhere, right? And it was also, we had this move, head down lower, right? We had this massive move to head down lower, and we just accumulate. We do nothing here, okay? Or consolidate. Then what we do is we sweep this low. So right here is our manipulation. So we have accumulation, manipulation, sweeping either the low or the high, whatever gets swept first. After that happens, if we get a strong rejection back up, we know this could be power of 3. So then you draw this out, and this is your distribution to target any liquidity, any up higher. So this is your first power, this is your second power, third power. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. And so here's this. And then right after this, I'm going to show you that this is apparent everywhere in the market, okay? So right after this, we have another one right here. We have accumulation, right? Here's our liquidity up here, liquidity down here, right? And then here's our little manipulation to stop out these traders, cause max pain, just to go back higher. So this is why this is so strong. This is the reason why this power of 3 can be very dangerous for traders. So let's say that you decide to enter in a trade. Maybe you see this for value gap and you're like, okay, I want to take a trade off this. So you put your long position like right here, put your stop at this low right here, and then maybe you're going to put your target here, maybe put it like somewhere right here, right? And not a bad risk to reward, 2 to 2 point, or So you got 2.4, you got 1 to 2.46. Okay, right? That's okay. Now, this is what this move is. So this is the reason why this can cause max pain to traders. A trader is wanting to go long. They get stopped out. They're extremely upset. Then they see right after they get stopped out, the market goes in the exact direction they wanted. Okay? So this is why when the market is in a consolidation phase, you want to make sure you don't touch it. You want to wait for the manipulation. So here's the manipulation just to go higher. Okay? And the way you would take this trade right here, you could take it this is exactly how I would take it. So right here, this is what you're seeing live time. Okay? So you want to see this. This is your manipulation. So there's 2 steps. Now you want to see you're gonna draw out this fair value gap. Okay? And then you want to see us break through the fair value gap and retrace back into it to take your entry. So we're watching. Here we have broken through it, and then here we tap into it. This is where you could take your entry. You'll take it a tick into this fair value gap, put your stop down at the low, okay? And then, or you could do the candles low, probably the candles low because we're not going to see any lower. And then put your target maybe at this high. That's already a 2.5 risk reward ratio. Or you put it this high. That's a 2.36, or that's a 1 to 3.64 ratio. So watching this trade play out, you took it, and this is where you see your amazing gains. So that is that. Now I'm gonna blow your guys' mind real quick. Let me get all the way back to it. There we go. So as you can see, power 3 here, and then that goes into another power 3, right? I can even see another power 3 accumulation. Here's your manipulation, taking out these lows, distribution. But another thing, you want your manipulation for a really good setup, okay, for a high probable A+ setup. You want your manipulation to enter in a PD array, and that's exactly what this order block is right here. This order block is a PD array. We bounced off it, respected it, okay? You see it's the only order block in this range, except for this one, but that's inside the accumulation, so it doesn't matter. And then same thing for this here. You see, you're probably thinking, is there a PD array here? Well, let's look. We have right here this order block, right? This bigger sort of order block. We also have this fair value gap right here. So let me draw out both of these. So we did not tap into the order block. We might have tapped into the candle of it, but we did tap into this. So here's sort of our PD array that we are respecting off of. But if you were to take the top of this wick for the order block, it would have tapped into it. So that's that. Now I want to show you this. If we go and we draw like a little box, right? I'm just going to draw a box here. Box. Go to the 15-minute. Look at this. This is the exact same thing that we saw the models in. And if you look right here, where these 2 models are inside, this, and you see this PD array down here that was created on a lower time frame, also this breaker, the wicks of these breakers, you'll notice we line this all up. We have accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, all inside of here. And tapping off of this or this breaker, right? And so that is just proof that it's apparent everywhere, okay? You got one here, power 3, 1, manipulation, and then distribution. And I'm going to go over, if you go into my course, I'm going to go over a lot, okay? A lot more than just this. This just breaks the ice. All this action right here just breaks the ice. So going over today, that is how you could have seen this power 3. This is a really nice power 3. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? So now let me try to see where price is going to go for the overnight session and tomorrow. So we're rejecting off this order block. Now, overnight sessions, they're kind of just like, they don't really respect much, but what I could see happen is we sell off the rest of the day, maybe tap this for value gap possibly, and then just work our way back up. We're not going to move much on the overnight, and the reason why is because we just moved all day like crazy. The overnight's not going to be much, but what I do expect to happen tomorrow is I want to see us just continue to sell off, respecting this order block. That would be really, really nice. So we can continue to sell off, take this low, and then we tap into this daily for value gap. Then we'll see what happens here, because this is a little bit bigger of a daily for value gap. Yeah, this daily for value gap is massive. So we're going to have to really displace through this if we want to see lows for the next coming, if we want to see good action for the next couple of weeks. But yeah, that is all I have today. I believe so. I mean, I guess one other thing I could say is I'll explain why I really wanted price to reach here. So if, and it might be hard to see, but here, I'm going to remove this. So in Fibonacci, there's a thing called OTE. That is the 0.786 level, right? Or 78.6% of the range. So what you want to do here is, here's a range, okay? And we want to see a pullback. So this is more for like seeing retraces. So if I draw this out, you can see that OTE is aligned with this 1 minute for value gap. So I wanted to see us go to this 1 minute for value gap, and I was going to put on a lot of size, but that did not happen. So this entire move was just extremely low size. I think it was like $150. It's really, really small trade, but I do want to improve my size a lot more in the future. So that would be amazing. But yeah, this is A+ trade. Absolutely amazing. I guess the only thing I should have done, I should have just let this run more, right? We had so much more to go. So much more. But me taking the stop off here was kind of a good placement because we kind of did retrace back up. And honestly, I would have probably trailed my stop a little bit, and it may have got hit. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this session, and please hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. And I'll see you all in the next video.